Pimlico Racetrack had its first day of racing on October 25, 1870, making it the second oldest racetrack in the country. In 1873, a race between three horses was held there at Pimlico: Ten Brooks, a Kentucky stud, Parole, a gelding, and a third horse. Parole won, with Ten Brooks coming in second. This race is depicted here in a 4-ton stone sculpture in 24-karat gilded gold leaf. It is 30 foot long and 10 foot tall. In 1952, the Cohen brothers purchased Pimlico and owned it up until 1986. In 1969, Chick Lang became the general manager and remained in that position for 30 years. In 1975, I was hired by Chick Lang to work at the track, and in the spring of '75, Maryland Institute College of Art, MICA, had its first mural on display. Pimlico approached MICA in 1974 in regards to filling in the spaces over top the betting windows on the second floor of the grandstand. As one approaches the top of the elevator, a mural soon comes into view, unless of course your head's buried in the racing form trying to pick out the winners of the next race. As you get at the top of the elevator, you can see 2 more murals to the left of that one, followed by a walkway, then 4 more murals over top the next row of betting windows. 6 of the murals are 8 foot by 20 foot, and 1 is 8 foot by 12 foot long. The murals are painted on 4x8 sheets of masonite and oil paint, which is prepared in a way to make it look like a watercolor. The instructor of the mural class at MICA was Raoul Middleman, who took on the project, and whereas Pimlico would pay for supplies and materials and contribute $1,000 towards a scholarship fund. He limited the class size to 17 students so that all the students would be able to participate in the making of the murals. Each mural took 1 school year or 2 semesters to complete. The first mural completed was to celebrate the 100th running of the Preakness Stakes. In the winner's circle of this mural is the winner of the 98th Preakness, Secretariat. The Preakness Winner's Circle is also where the wishes of Chick Lang were carried out in April of 2010. After his death, his ashes were spread here in a public ceremony by his wife Nancy. It was Chick who convinced the Cohen brothers to build a tunnel underneath the track in order to open up the infield for Preakness Day. It was finished in 1971, and the rest is history. Chick probably did more than anyone could ever imagine to promote the Preakness. And just to the left of the Secretariat's head, you can see Miss Preakness toting along the woodlawn vase like it's some kind of helium balloon or something. The woodlawn vase was made in 1860 by Tiffany & Company. Back then it was valued to be worth $1,500. Now it's estimated to be worth like $4 million. Considered to be the most valuable trophy in America. It's 36 inches tall and weighs 30 pounds. It got its start originally in Kentucky, then went to New York and New Jersey for a while, before selling at Pimlico in 1917. Since 1953, it has been on display at the Baltimore Museum of Art and is transported to and from the racetrack by the Maryland National Guard. The duties of Miss Preakness include being in various parades, being at the winner's circle during the Preakness, and attending the alibi breakfast where she pulls the numbers out of the box for the post positions for the horses running in the Preakness. She also does radio and TV interviews as well. Now, seen on the cupola painting the jockey's colors of the weather vane is a portrait of the class instructor Raoul Middleman as painted by one of his students. Also seen on the right side are some bettors holding the racing form. The racing form on the front contains the signatures of all the students that worked on this mural. The second mural that MICA completed is called the backstretch. This shows the activity within the stable area of the horses coming and going to the racetrack in the morning for their exercise. Then they are brought back to the shed row, bathed, and walked out by hot walkers. This also shows the old red wooden barns behind the grandstand. There used to be 15 of these barns, now there's only 5 remaining. Third mural completed is called a paddock. This is where the horses are taken to be saddled for the next race. This is located indoors inside the grandstand, and the cupola again can be seen in the background of this mural. The fourth mural, which is the third one on the left as you get off the elevator, is called the morning exercise. Like the title states, this depicts the activity of the horses training on the racetrack in the morning between 6 and 10 a.m. During these training hours, there is an ambulance on duty as well as an outrider. The job of an outrider is to enforce the rules and regulations of the Maryland Racing Commission, and also he's the one that catches a loose horse that may get loose from either dropping its rider or pulling away from a lead pony. His job is also to assist an exercise rider who may be having difficulty with their horse. In this mural, the outrider is sitting on his Appaloosa lead pony on the left-hand side, with his right leg over his horse's neck, wearing lace-up work boots and tan chaps over his blue jeans. The reason I know so much about this is because I'm the outrider. In the fall of 1977, I noticed about a dozen or so students with white sketch pads positioned along the tarmac in front of the grandstand, doing what I thought was an exercise of sketch work from maybe an art class somewhere. I saw them as many as 10 or 12 times over the next 2 months, and then the following spring in '78, I was walking Jake, my lead pony, around the racetrack, and a bearded, slender fellow approached me as I got by the grandstand, and he asked me, "Well, how do you like your portrait?" It was Raoul Middleman, the instructor, informing that I was in the mural morning exercise that was on display at the second floor of the grandstand, which I had no idea that there were any murals at all up there. So after I got off of work at 10 o'clock, I took a trip up there and noticed it. There we were. They captured Jake pretty good. He was a big-boned Appaloosa with reddish-brown spots and points on him, although he didn't have blue and green spots as depicted in the mural. And I never owned a green downfield Parker nor a helmet color of that cover, but I guess they had to change our colors to match what they wanted for the color scheme of the mural. The last 3 murals that were painted by MICA, I'm not 100% certain as to the order in which they were finished. I'm going to guess that the starting gate would be the next one that was done. Again, the cupola can be seen here, as well as it was seen in the morning exercise mural, the paddock mural, and of course the Preakness. I would guess that the next mural that was completed was called the Auction. Now, to my knowledge, and I'm only guessing, I've never known of a horse auction being held at Pimlico, but here you can see the red barns again in the background. Now, just up the road, about 20 minutes, is the Maryland State Fairgrounds, Timonium Racetrack, and they have an auction pavilion made just for selling of racehorses. So I don't know where they got the visuals, unless there was a photograph of some time from Pimlico to come up with this mural. I spent 8 years at Timonium doing the same job as an outrider there after I left Pimlico. Now the last mural, called the Blacksmith, is 8 foot by 12 foot. Again, you can see the old red barns on the old side of the Pimlico grandstand. So there you have it, the MICA murals, Pimlico Racecourse. Thank you for watching.